With 10.2 just around the corner, you're probably wondering what you can do before the patch launches and before the season launches to get ready. In this video, we are going to go over some things that you can do to get ready for the brand new season of World of Warcraft Dragonflight. Before we do though, make sure you like the video, drop a comment down below, and hit the subscribe button. We're pushing up towards 10,000 subs now. To hit that before the end of the year would be amazing. Thank you all for everybody who supports me. Follow me on Twitch and join my Discord in the description. Become a channel member if you want to support me. Let's get to the video. Alright, so this first thing is going to be for Havoc Demon Hunters specifically, but it works as well for every other class and spec. I just don't know what you want to do for it. What I'm talking about is going to be pre-craft embellishments you might want. Now the reason for this is that prices are probably going to skyrocket once 10.2 comes out. This happens all the time. The new patch hits, everybody comes back to the game, they need to recraft things, they need to craft new embellishments they didn't want before, and things get expensive. Now in terms of Havoc Demon Hunter, what would we want? Well, right now it's looking like we're going to want some combination of these 4 items I have in my bag here. So you're going to want to craft yourself first some Toxic Thorn foot wraps. Now, if you're playing currently, you should already have these, as they are an item we are currently using in our biz setup. These are some boots that are getting nerfed but are still looking strong, that are just a passive damage proc, which does a lot of damage. To combo with that, you do want a piece that has the Toxic armor patch on it. You can see here, equip. This item is infused with the power of decay. This can go on any leather piece. I would recommend crafting this onto wrists or a belt, or probably those two actually if you're going to recraft, as you're going to get rid of these pants as soon as possible for tier. So I would recommend just having an extra one ready if you have the sparks, just to move it off of those, because again, we're going to want new tier set once the new tier comes out. So probably not going to be using these pants, but again, you want Toxic patch, you want Toxic boots. Other two options, these are new ones for next patch, are going to be the Undulating Spore Cloak. You're probably wondering, why would I ever use this? There's no DPS benefit to it. Well, in 10.2 there actually will be. So we can see here this is split into 2 benefits. The first one is when above 70% health, heal for 10k every 5 seconds. When health is below 30%, the spores give you a shield for roughly 250,000 damage for 10 seconds. Now in 10.2, this shield is actually being cut in half. It's being nerfed a lot. I think at 486, which is the new max crafted eye level, the shield is like relatively the same as now. But what actually changes is the prior portion. When you're above 70% health, you actually gain roughly 500 versatility as well. This is actually a pretty big versatility bonus. Now, right now, this isn't our highest simming option, but it's like a few hundred DPS behind and gives you a massive survivability gain, and it's looking to be the play for Mythic Plus. So I would pre-craft a Spore Cloak. I expect these spores to go up in price. As you can see, I have 10,000 of them, so hopefully my money's not wasted there. But I do expect that once people start getting in the game again, a lot of classes want Spore Cloaks, which means that they will probably shoot up in price, and I do recommend crafting them now. The last piece is going to be Blue Silken Lining. Now, we're going to use this in Mythic Plus pretty much guaranteed next patch. We might use it in raid depending on how uptime is. Basically what this does is, while you're above 90% health, you gain a pretty sizable amount of mastery, and this can be crafted onto most pieces. I would recommend crafting this onto bracers, belt, or a ring. Now, previously in 10.1, this actually would give you different mastery values depending on the item you crafted it on, where the ring actually had the highest total amount of stats for every item. Now, that's not the same in 10.2. This embellishment now gives you the same amount of mastery no matter what you choose. But nowadays, most likely going to be on wrists whenever we use it, but belt and rings are other good options. Depending on where you want to put this is going to vary. But me personally, I will be crafting after this video. I will be recrafting my Toxic patch onto my wrists, and also my Blue Silken Lining onto my wrists, so I can swap them out for Mythic Plus and Raid pretty easily. Now, I don't know what other classes want or other specs want. I think Vengeance wants Flaring Cowl and Spore and Slimy Boots, if I remember. I don't know what other specs or classes want, but I do recommend that if you're watching this video and you're not a Havoc main, go out and investigate and figure out which items your class wants, and probably craft those ahead of time, because the prices will go up. Now, the next thing you're going to want to do is going to be train alchemy. Now, if you don't care about your professions and you're willing to choose whatever profession you want, then I would recommend this. And the reason for this is going to be decayology. Now, if you already had this because of the toxic file, the ice file of corrupting rage, that's great. The reason you want this is because at 30 points DKology, requires 5 in alchemical theory and 30 in this one, you end up getting damage taken from the side effects of drinking toxic potions and files is reduced by an additional 25%, which couples with the one at 10 points, which gives you another 25% reduction. What this does is it reduces the negative damage portions of toxic files and potions by 50%. Now this already currently is good because we end up using this iced file corrupting rage, which is a toxic potion, which damages you whenever you take 400% of your HP, and also whenever you drink it, you get a little dot. This does reduce that damage, which is also reduced by verse and also reduced by other like damage reduction effects we have. So that's really good there. But in the new patch, there's actually going to be these new toxic HP potions. So if I pull this up here, we have this new potion here, this new HP potion, which is fine, whatever, you get HP. But this one's really good. So we can see here that Potion of Withering Dreams. Consume this vile concoction to instantly heal yourself for almost 500,000 damage, but suffer 343,000 plague over 30 seconds. Now, that is not a lot of damage. It's less than you heal, which is really good. The issue right now with the toxic file is that you actually deal the same amount you heal to yourself, which is bad. But this here works out to not a lot of damage every second with a very massive heal on it. And that heal definitely can save your life. Currently in Bisque gear, we're looking at HP pools of around 800 to 900,000 for Havoc Demon Hunters. Vengeance more so, of course, because they're a tank with a large HP pool. But this potion right here, using it will almost instantly top you no matter what. The other potion's also solid, but this one's really good, and getting that maximum amount in DKology actually also reduces the amount you take even further. So it cuts it down from 343,000 to roughly 170,000 over 30 seconds, which is literally like almost nothing. It's like 5k damage a second, which is like so inconsequential, it's not even going to matter. So massive HP gains for very little minor damage if you're full spec'd into DKology. And there's other cool stuff you can get. If you get File Mastery, you can actually increase the duration of files, which is a nice quality of life. And then if you get Potion Mastery, which I don't have right now, there are stuff where you can actually get a little heal over time effect whenever you consume a Dragon Isles potion, which is actually pretty good if you want a little bit of a hot. So, you know, all in all, I think alchemy is going to be a very safe bet for you to put your points into ahead of time for patch 10.2, just for nice damage reduction here to get more out of your files, a little bit of quality of life here to save you gold, and then some extra HP here. Now, on the topic of professions and stuff, I would also recommend buying your consumables ahead of time. We're going to be using Decay File of Corrupting Rage. We're going to be using the 1000 Bone Tongue Slicer for food because it gives us secondary stats which are better than primary. And then we're going to be using our crit weapon rune still, buzzing rune. So I would recommend buying those ahead of time, but that is kind of it for the profession related stuff. Now you're probably wondering, how do I train that profession? Well, if we go back here, there are these things in game, I've already collected them, called treasures. Now I'll link these posts. There's one in the old world of Dragon Isles and there's one in Zarelek Caverns, but each of these things, whenever you get them, gives you 3 profession points, and those points are actually enough to kind of fully unlock all the things you're going to need to get. Now, on top of just getting to rank 25 to unlock it, you'll naturally get points that way, but this also gives you a total access to 7 treasures here. 7 times 3 is 21, and then 3 more treasures here. 3 times 3 is 9, which gives you 30. So you only need a few other points from other places to get all the things unlocked. You only need like 5, which you can very easily get. Now, I'm not going to go over where you find all these. It's listed right here in a very unique, not unique, but very useful way. Would recommend getting TomTom to find all the coordinates. I will link these in the description, but this is the easiest way to level up your alchemy or any profession for that matter. And I would recommend just flying around and grabbing all these so you don't have to do it once the new season starts. So that's it for the stuff in 10.1, but what about once 10.2 actually drops? Now, here we are on screen is a wonderful guide made by Larias. He's a person over in the Evoker, the Devastation Evoker Discord of B-Res on Trash, the guild. Really great guide. I'll link it in the description. I will link another one after as well. If you want to support them, their Venmo is linked here. Go ahead and do that. But this is a full-on week-by-week guide about the best way to gear yourself and like how to optimize gearing and stuff like that. There's a whole breakdown of like gearing in here, what it does, how to do it, what drops what, all the rare items, everything. Very, very, very in-depth, useful guide. Very, very great. Recommend checking it out. But the reason we're here is because there is a week 1. So once the patch actually dropped, there's not a ton you can do to maximize your character. However, there are 2 things. The first one is the full reputation grind to reach renown 18. And this is possible, I think, week 2, maybe week 1. And the reason for that is because of the infinite augment rune. Now, this is available this patch for characters around renown 18 from the new faction. It is very degen to get it week 1 or 2, but it's very doable if you want to do it. We'll go over that in a second. This is just an augment rune you can use infinitely, so it's just like a little extra 70-some primary stat. It is a power gain. You do eventually want to get it. It does cost 100k gold, so keep that in mind. But it technically is a power gain to get. So if you are someone who wants to grind for a very small upgrade, you can do this. Now, there's also the ability to get Drake crests from the open world, we're pretty sure. This happened in Season 2. We're not sure if it's going to happen in Season 3. But getting these Drake crests is going to be very important because we're starting at a lower eye level. Let's scroll down here. There's a very nice graph showing the eye level charts of everything we're at right now. So Drake crests are going to be used to upgrade everything above item level 450. Now, if you notice, we are item level 448, 447, somewhere in that range, if you're a mythic raider. So open world quests gear will drop stuff all the way up into the maximum veteran ranks and into the minimum championship ranks, which means that Drake crests are going to be very useful. Now, you also can use Drake crests to kind of like exchange for other crests, which is a bit of like a weirder thing and doesn't really work very well. But you do want to get these Drake crests to upgrade any normal gear or any like later veteran world quest gear you end up getting. They should be able to get 90 of them week 1. Should be pretty easy to do so, but make sure you do that. Now for the real degen stuff. So shout out to World of Moody who has this guide. There's a video, there's everything here, but this is a full-on guide about how to reach the maximum renown you can get. So this is going to be something. Week 1, the maximum renown is going to be, I think, like 16 or 17. And the way you do this is you have to go on your alt first. Now, all renown tracks have this thing that lets you unlock a speed up for your other characters for those renown gates. Once you hit like 10 or 11 renown or something, you get a bonus that increases the renown you gain below that amount. So the idea here is that you get all of these things on your alt to renown 11, and then you swap over to your main and do it. So the idea here is that you'll get a lot of tokens, which is going to be very useful. So basically, you're going to log in and just kind of do all the main story. So step 1 is main storyline. You get tokens, save those. Step 2 is all the side stories. Get tokens, save those. Do your weekly quests. Do some chests. Do special treasures. Do elite rares, do your world crests, and then you can go to different zones. Once you have all of those tokens, and you can use them to get extra rep. Now, this is going to be very degen. You really don't need to do this, but if you really want to do like to get your thing by week 2, this is how you want to do it. So there's going to be things that are up during the release of season 1. So World Quest bonus event will be out the first week of season 3, I believe. The Dark Moon Fair. Sorry, this actually ends same day. Never mind. But Dark Moon Fair will be up from the 5th to 11th, which means that you will be able to get 10% bonus rep. On top of that, there are these things in the Dream Surges called Dream Surge Learning. Pops up for time. It increases rep gain by 50%. So what you want to do, you want to go on your alt, do all of these steps, get as high renown as possible, go to a dreaming zone that has Dream Surge Learning up, hopefully with a Dark Moon Fair thing, pop all your tokens, that'll get you to renown 11, then you swap over to your main and you do it all again. This will take a long time. This will give you a very minor advantage, but this is something you can do week 1 if you're bored, if you're fiending for content. You can grind this all out to get your special little thing, your little infinite augment rune by week 2. Now that will be a very minor gain for you in Raid, in Mythic Plus, but it will be a gain. So if you want to impress with Trial, you want to kind of do better week 1, you want to do a little bit better than everybody else, then you can do this. Again, don't recommend it if you don't want to, but if you want to hunker down and grind stuff, here it is. I'm sure that all the world first people will be doing this. If you want to, that's your prerogative. There's a guide here and everything, full in-depth guide here. I'll link it. Shout out World of Moody for this. But yeah, so those are kind of all of the things you can do week 1 of 10.2 to gear up. After that, go through your gearing, do dungeons, do raid, all the fun stuff. But that's kind of what you can do to get ready before the season actually launches. So that's the stuff before 10.2, after 10.2, and before the season. So hope you found this useful. Let me know down below what you're doing. Are you going to do the grind to get the crazy Dream Warden thing? I might. I don't know yet. We'll see. I'm actually moving the week of November 6th, so the week this comes out, to actually a new place. So we'll see if I actually have time to do that. If I do, I might. But yeah, so this is it for my video today on how to get ready for the next patch. I know I'm putting this out, I think, the Friday. And at that point, there's not a ton of time left, but there should be enough over the weekend to do some of this stuff. At this point, the next video you will see from me is going to be my 10.2 Havoc Demon Hunter guide, which will come out on the 6th, which is the day I am moving. So hopefully my internet comes up within that next week pretty quickly to get some more videos and stuff out for you guys. But there might be a bit of a video pause after Monday while I move. Just throwing that out there. But if not, I'll have more content. Obviously, you know, big patch launch is a fun time for me. I love just diving in on all the new stuff. And I will cover a lot of Havoc stuff, Vengeance stuff, maybe some other classes, some generic stuff. And I'm looking forward to it. So let me know down below what you're going to do. If you are excited what you're doing to prepare, like the video, subscribe, follow me on Twitch. I'll be streaming a lot more once I'm in my new place. Follow me join my Discord. I think my Twitter is linked there too. And if you want to support me, become a channel member. There's a link down there as well. Shout out to Larias, I believe is his name. I gotta double check. Yeah, Larias and World of Moody for those 2 guides. Those are linked down below. The Wildhead guides are linked down below as well. And that is all the stuff that you can do to get ready for the next patch. Anyways, that's it for the video. Good luck next season. Have a good one. Peace. A big thank you to all my channel members. Thank you to Andrew Keenel, Payne, Latand, Period, Brad Wisniak, Zuligan, Oxclamation, It's Bulk, and Howley. Thank you all of those people. You guys are great and appreciate the support you're giving me. If you want to support the channel and get a few cool perks in the meantime, click the link in the description. Brings you to a place where you can learn more about becoming a channel member. Thank you all so much. Thank you for watching the video, and I'll see you guys later. Peace.